Okay. All right. Hello. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, fantastic. How are you?
I am doing very well. I'm so excited to see your journey and your progress and just how you've done so well in this program.
But thank you.
Can you just tell us a little bit about how the journey started for you, what led you here, and how the process has been for you?
Well, what led me here, my wife was a patient and my wife was having tremendous results. So I came for a consultation. And the consultation for me was disturbing. I was like, no, I don't think this is for me. I thought it was a miracle drug. I didn't know I had to participate. I was drinking alcohol at the time and I was like, do I have to give up my alcohol? So it was disturbing for me. I was like, no. So I fought it for a week, then I fought it for 2 weeks. And it may have been 3 weeks that I fought it till I said, you know what? Enough's enough, because I was going to the gym, but seeing no results. And I was, insecure with the weight that I was picking up. And I said, it's time. It's really time to work on myself. It's really time to work on executive presence. And it's time to really do some soul searching and say, hey, it's time to do the work or suffer the consequences. It's been every 5 years since I was 35, I was taking colonoscopies. And, I was fearful of cancer, not just the colon cancer, but all cancers. I was really fearful, but I said, instead of being fearful, let me get on the other side and take action, because a lot of things are preventable. And when you start getting under a true doctor who understands a disease and understands different things you could avoid, it really helps, because I found out a lot of the part was all psychological. So that part really helped me.
I know you struggled a little bit when I told you, I said, we got to cut down alcohol.
Absolutely.
And we have to change the way we eat. And
Absolutely.
You're like, wait, I can't drink alcohol.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And tell us now, when was the last time you had a drink?
I haven't had a drink in 4 weeks. And the unbelievable thing is that I don't even want one. And it was some cravings that I had, And I remember I was watching a program from Oprah Winfrey, and she was saying about how she would, have those psychological battles, and she would look at other people and say, how do they do it and I can't do it? And then she realized, it clicked. Some people don't even think about it. By coming under a doctor's care, it was psychological, where you don't even think about it. And it's true. I'm not saying something that's not true. I don't even think about it. And that's where I needed the help, because it gave me the momentum. Okay. And now that I have the momentum, you want to keep it going, because again, you start not only the psychological aspect, but the physical appearance. You start feeling better about yourself. Absolutely. So now it makes it worth it.
Absolutely. I'm so glad to see your progress. And in 3 months, how much weight you've lost?
It has to be 30 pounds?
41 pounds.
Wow. But that's
41 pounds in 3 months.
That's incredible. But, I can feel the difference. Not only can I see the difference, I can feel it. I feel lighter. I feel better. My energy levels have increased. I feel amazing now. I really do.
Tell me, what was the biggest challenge for you?
The biggest challenge was to start. Like anything else, just getting started. That's the biggest challenge. Once I started, the first week I had amazing results. So the hardest part for me was starting. Like anything else, it's starting. But once you get started and then you start to get the momentum, it becomes amazing. And then you really understand calorie deficit. Mm-hmm. Because you get to see it every week. And you can see, I'm not eating more.
Right.
Okay. And I'm not even thinking about eating.
Right.
And now you can see the weight comes and it connects. It really connects the dots.
Right. And also, remember the conversation we had about using food as comfort,
right?
Versus, eating for nutrition versus eating for comfort.
Yeah, and I tell you, 1 week doing this 12 weeks, I had a really stressful week. I mean, it was really stressful, and I only lost 1 pound that week. That was the week where I only lost 1 pound. But I know why I lost that 1 pound, because that stressful week. That's the week where I think I went to Popeyes or something like that. And I had some bad behaviors because I went back to what made me feel well under the stress. And then having a professional you could talk to, it connected the dots, saying, no, what you did last week, you went back to what made you feel good. You're putting food to making yourself feel good. And you know, that's the actual obstacle. And then after that, even if I have a stressful week, I understand, don't go to food, read a book, go to the gym, do something else to replace you thinking about food. Don't, the food part is what really
Absolutely.
I connect the dots.
And I'm glad you spoke about the communication that we have every week, because I think that's the beauty of this program. Being able to see you every week, coming in and checking in and having that conversations, helping you to get back on track and kind of addressing your concerns in real time. I think that is also a very good part of the program.
I would agree, because I think that was like the support group part of it. Somebody you could talk to, not just somebody like a friend you could talk to, but somebody that's trained, somebody who has the experience, somebody who knows what you're actually doing, know the impact that food has on your body, not just to make you feel the way you feel, but the actual, causing death to yourself by eating. And I think that's what really helped, that support group every week, being able to run, bounce questions off. Hey, what about this? Hey, what about this? Hey, how do you read this label? And I remember one week I just said, how do you read a label? Not knowing that the label, I wasn't getting the fiber in the food. I was getting pretty much sugar in my food and not understanding that. So now I understand labels. I understand, I have been educated over the last 12 weeks, and that's the best part of it.
I'm so happy to see the way that you've transformed, the way that you're feeling healthier. Absolutely. Your energy is higher and you're just in better spirit, honestly. Absolutely. You are a different person from the person that I met 12 weeks ago. I agree. And I'm just so blessed to be able to be part of your journey. I want to thank you for the opportunity to be a part of your journey. But I want to remind you now that the journey just started. Okay, so we're going to continue this behavior modification that we've started. We're going to apply it to the rest of your days and just kind of continue to be mindful and staying healthy as you go along. I'm committed. I'm definitely committed. And I'll tell you a funny thing too. Even when I was pushing back and not wanting to start, I look at weight differently now, because I would say thin was not healthy, but really you to be healthy and to be a normal healthy weight, you should be thin. And I think I connected the dots with that. Right. I understand it. I know you compared, you said, I didn't want to be Al Sharpton. I'm like, well, Al Sharpton is not skinny. Right. He's okay for his height. That's right, he's healthy. Exactly. And I didn't look at it that way. But exactly. I think that was the whole psychological point. And, with my upbringing, you don't look at that as healthy. But now I understand that is healthy. Right. That is what you want to be. For him, yeah. Right. That's what you want to be. You want to be healthy. You want to make sure you're not carrying around excess baggage, which can lead to some really awful things. Absolutely, absolutely. And the beauty is we see it in your lab results, right? We see how your lab results have gotten better over the last 12 weeks, and there's been improvement not only physically but also internally. Absolutely. So that's really great. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. And I wish you the very, very best in the coming years and the new journey, okay? All right, thank you, Dr. Bye.